give you a half a pound of J. Cole and a quarter bird of track for his music.
Yeah. Woo! What's that representative, baby? All day. For the loot. That's what we do. The motherfucker on, man. Motherfucker on. This right here. That's what we do it for. That's what it's all about. Do this shit for all motherfucking marbles right here. All day. Welcome. Hey, man. Woo! This shit right here, y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even fucking understand. Thursday morning recap. Week 12. Division play. This is for all the marbles, people. This is where you lay your nuts on the table. This is where we go out there and we say what the fuck is and who gonna go out here walking around with the division title. I am your host, Big Mo. We gonna get into the intro. Listen, welcome to all the GM busters, bitch niggas, hoes, fags, tankers, and all them busters in between. This is my show. My show. The views of my show are not necessarily those of the league, the commissioner, co-commissioner, and the league at large. These are strictly my opinions. My opinions. If you follow my advice, Brandon, and the shit work out, Chibo, give my credit. If the shit don't work out, you're a grown fucking man. Put your bitch in. Look, chat room. Chat room has been fucking bananas, especially today. We're going to really get into today's shit. But chat room is where it's at. If you're not in there, you need to get in there. Draft party. We come down to the little third preseason game, August 29th. Trade deadline. I am going to let somebody get off warrant to this, but trade deadline is usually this week. But it was a mistake by the commissioner, not the co-commissioner. It's a mistake, but one band, one sound. So the league in itself messed up on the draft deadline, the trade deadline. So it's normally the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but it's extended one more week to get your shit off. And to go more into this is Roy from the Rankins crew. I got to have him, so there he is. Roy from the Rankins crew, talk to the people.
We are back like we've never left. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And the Rankins crew is ready to get right into it because we got some things we need to get off our chest this week.
Well, fuck the trade deadline on how the league made a mistake. Cool. So we're going to jump right into these stats. Listen. So, in the first motherfucking place, still riding a one-game losing streak at work. You got the People's Champ coming out of no fucking where on a 4-game turn. Beating y'all motherfucking ass 4 games, jumping up to second place. In commission with a 1-game winning streak at the 3rd spot and 4th spot at the division leaders, rounding it out the East. The new motherfucking North Side is riding a 2-game winning streak. 5th place, you got the U City Lions out there, team of the week. They weren't team of the week last year, but they are on a motherfucking tear. I think they hit 257, some shit like that. Broad Street Bullyfoots, they still currently lead the league in scoring by what I'm looking at is, 24 points? Now, we're going to get into that in a minute. 24 points. Remember that Roy from the Rankins crew, 24 points, right?
Something like that. Let's go.
All right, then you got Gronk in 7th place. Hey, Gronk went out there and did his motherfucking thing. And Chibo Burgers rounding out that last 8th spot. 2 teams on the bubble. The ass kickers, losing 3 in a row. Didn't like that shit at all. And then you got Sparks Bucks riding a 1-game winning streak at that 10th spot, still on the bubble. And we're going to talk about that, how they still got a chance to eke into the motherfucking playoffs. So those are the standings. Now, again, first place in the South team commit. First place in the North, the People's Champ. That work have The only division leader right now that has clinched his playoff berth. The magic number has always been 8. Team commissions at 8. People's champ is at 8. They stamp their ticket according to the show, the way we look at it. Then you got New Northsiders. They are at 7, first place. So, getting to these games, we're going to start with the ass kickers versus Sparks motherfucking Bucks. This game right here has league and season implications. So basically, this is what we was talking about. So you got Bucks, right? They are 5 and 6. The ass kickers are 5 and 6. The ass kickers projected to hit 211. Bucks projected to hit 209, respectively. The problem with this is both of these teams need this win in order to get into the playoffs. Both of these teams need to win. They have zero wiggle room. Zero wiggle room. The magic number has always been 8, and it's going to always be 8. And right now, we've had a couple of 7 and 7s come in. So right now, you got top forms. We're going to really get into this, and I'm going to really turn it over to the Roy for the rankings because I'm sure they got some stuff to talk about on this. But we're going to get to the numbers real quick. Jalen Hurts, 2 quarterback in all the land. He's slated to hit you 25. Jordan Love is going to be on the bench, but he's slated to hit you 18. Josh Jacobs said to hit you 17. And then on the other side, you got CJ Stroud, the rookie who just might win Rookie of the Year in the league and possibly in our fantasy league. Tua, 19. Tony Pollard got you 18. All right, so we're going to get into these numbers. The one thing that I know, basically both teams are fully stacked. They have nobody that's really out. Everybody is out on their roster. So some notables. Vontae David, linebacker, is questionable on Sparks Bucks. Bobby Okereke, the number 6 linebacker, getting you 12.5 a game, is questionable. That's gotta hurt. So on the bench, like I said, you got Reed. Reed has been doing his thing. The rookie been out there doing his thing. Stroud, Pollard, Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is questionable. Now, Zay Flowers is the number 5 pick overall. He is and has been on about 98% of the offensive plays in Baltimore. He is questionable, and that's got to hurt. And they've been really leaning on, especially with Mark Andrews going down. So it's going to be a tight one, but I got the ass kickers going 6 and 6 and beating Sparks Bucks. Sparks Bucks going to go 5 and 7, closing out their playoff chances. What you think? What you got?
I actually think the ass kickers are going to win this, but I'm not really feeling the ass kickers. I don't think they are taking this for the situation they're in seriously.
Really?
I feel like they think, they got, these last 3 games sold up, and they should be favored in all 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't believe they're taking it serious. And one fluke, say one guy gets on a heater here and there, and it could all come crashing down. I don't think this team is taking it serious, and I think that's a big problem.
What makes you think they're not taking it serious? What have they given you? Where are you getting that from? You pulling that out your ass?
No, just look at the whole season.
Okay.
And them being 5 and 6, it's really unacceptable. They don't really. You could give me the him and how about this happened, that happened. It's unacceptable. They are the defending champions coming in back into a division play with 6 losses under their belt. It's unacceptable.
It is.
It just is, and I don't think this team has taken anything this year serious, and that's why if it was me, I'd be terrified to be in this position.
Do you think they playing with house money? Nah. I
actually believe that the the ass kickers want to compete. They want to get in the playoffs. They want to defend their title, and I believe that they could win it all. They can get hot. They also got this. Once we make the playoffs, we always finish top 3.
They have said that,
which is all true. But again, they've never made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons.
True.
And just the way this season played out, I do not believe that these guys are taking it serious.
Okay.
You can call it house money, you can say whatever you want. I just don't think they're taking it serious. And if they don't get serious, I believe they're going to look up and it's going to bite them in the butt.
Nah, you can say ass on my show. It's okay. But your, what you part of the God Squad or something. Anyway, moving on. I guess he think the ass kicker's going to win, but they're not taking it serious. But, hey, them motherfuckers is on a 3-game loser streak, and them motherfuckers better get their head on straight and get it out their ass before somebody come out there and kick them in it. Moving on, we got the World Boss and the U City Lions. World Boss sits 4-7. You got 8-3 U City Lions. This is where, now this is the chat room shit. Now, first off, at the time of taping, the motherfucking World Boss is projected to hit 139 with a punk pussy ass. You let that motherfucker come into the chat room and check your nuts, and you went in there and put everybody down. History, y'all. Story time. I can take the story time, or do you want the story time? Rakers Crew. I don't give a fuck either way. I'm going to take it. I'm going to start it. Last year, 365 days ago, 52 weeks ago, week 12, last year, the tanking ass World Boss went out there and broke their dick off in the goddamn U City Cubs ass. And the U City Cubs came out the next week at the end of it, was like, hey, I thought why you not gonna put your whole squad against the Reds? Shut the fuck up. So then this nigga comes, yes, I'm talking about you, U City Lions, GM, coach, all that shit. Because we don't even have to talk about the numbers. You winning this game with this tanking ass, but I'm going to talk to you. I got time, nigga. It's my show. You came in there bitching and crying. Why you got your whole squad? Why you doing me like that? You let Roy talk you into this and this, that, and the third. Nigga, you supposed to go out there and battle whoever put you in front of you, not cry like a little girl. And I'm going to talk about Warren and Harris, nigga. You finally did exactly what I told your soft ass you was going to do. You bitch Harris put his punk ass because Warren been outperforming him since day one. Then you went out there because you sold, because this is how predictable you are. This is how predictable you are. I told you last week and the week before, you mortgaged away your future. You did everything you could to get back into the first, and you sold a great backup quarterback just so you can go and get Herbert's backup because he's always prone to get injured, and you don't even know who the fuck Stick is. I don't even know who the fuck Stick is. Do you know who Stick is, Roy?
Yeah, he's the Chargers backup quarterback.
What's his first name?
Easton or something like that.
Yeah, it is. It is. I thought I was going to get you. Anyway, that's all I got to say about these cats. World Boss lose, U City Lions win, and whatever. So, what you got?
All right, here's the story time. The Lions are one of the most superstitious teams in the league. And here's something that people might not know.
Mm-hmm.
We have a culture, and it's called the Fantasy Football Guide. Now, everybody don't subscribe to the Football Guide. But
World Boss being one of them.
For those who do, this is not for the weak. The Fantasy Football Guide are very they are very, very jealous. They're very, very fickle, and it's a one-way street.
Mm-hmm.
Your success is basically
contingent. Yeah.
But if you fail, that is not on the Fantasy Football Guide. That is on you. And if you blame the guide, things happen. Now, the guide showed World Boss Lennox the most love of all.
Mm-hmm.
He got too big, started saying he didn't need them.
Speak on
he
it.
went from a guy.
Speak on it.
From a guy in 2020
Mhm.
and 2021
Mm-hmm.
who was the scoring leader
Mm-hmm.
of this league, the unquestioned GOAT,
Mm-hmm.
to a guy the next 2 years.
The tank, back-to-back tanks.
And that is mainly because he disrespected the guy.
I think it's mainly because he a punk pussy ass bitch. But at the end of the day, personally, I still think the nigga could have possibly made this the playoffs. He's sitting at 4-7. It's some games out there that he went and tanked on that he possibly could have won and went into division play. Now let's think about this. Is it possible that?
Stop it. Hold on. I'm not finished with this story time.
My bad, brother.
I'm not finished with this story time because there's been some guys like Chivo who leaned on the guy, got his championship, and then didn't do right by the guys after he got his championship, and he's been suffering. And then that leads us to Brian. He was really not a guy's guy until 2021 after he made this trade. And then all of a sudden, he was in tune with the guys and got his championship. In tune with the guys and got his championship. But didn't follow through on the promises that he made to the guys.
And
then
that's how week 12 happened last year.
Everything that happened last year in the first round, he got his ass smoked by the defending champion. But I say this and I say this. He's a very superstitious guy. So he got really upset when he seen Lennox had his full, Lennox is tanking, but he put in his full team. And he got nervous because one thing this league does is the history sometimes repeat itself.
Everybody got a tail. Everybody got a tail. It's like poker. Everybody got a tail. And nigga, you showed your skirt today. Come here, lean in, nigga. I want you to see me. I want you to look in my eyes on your bullshit that you come and you say you don't watch the show. Fuck that show. How I'm gonna take advice from a nigga who don't know what the fuck he talking about and he beneath me, this, that, another. Nigga, you watch the show because you didn't take my advice. You could be leading the league in scoring, but why? You wanted to play like a fan, nigga. You wanted to play like a fan instead of a GM and a coach. Now you behind. You in second place in the scoring title, nigga. We know you want it. We know you want it. But you want to do it your way. But you had to come around and see it my way with your soft ass. Now, like I said, Warren is starting and Najee on the bench. And you came in there bitching and you showed your skirt with the sand in your vagina because you was irritated. I'm done with it. You got anything? Who wins?
The Lions should win. I believe that World Boss will probably tank just because. But the Lions were scared. They projected. This is the crazy thing. They projected to do 257, the highest projection this league has ever seen.
Fuck is you nervous for then?
But they was very nervous about how it could play out this week.
I got a quick question. I got a quick. Legit, I'm putting you on the spot on this. Do you think that the World Boss had a chance to beat the U City Lions this week?
Everybody.
I don't want don't start on the fence.
No, I wouldn't pick. Listen, I wouldn't pick him. No.
I would have based
if
on
you asked me who I was picking.
Based on history, based on disrespect to the guys, based on the fact that he walked around acting like he had some sand in his vagina. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we know you was nervous. You can't say you wasn't. Was he nervous, Roy?
He was nervous.
Was he scared, Roy?
Nervous.
That was PTSD, exactly what I called it. That post-traumatic stress disorder. He week 12 again, and this motherfucker put out his full squad again. No, I can't have with your soft. Hey, we moving on to the Chivo Burgers. Take on Team Commish. Look, This right here is personal, and that's a direct quote from the Chibo motherfucking Burgers. Chibo Burgers since 6-5. Team commish since 8-3. Chibo Burgers projected to hit 206. I'm sorry, Chibo Burgers projected to hit 222. Team commish is projected to hit 206. And we got a couple of questionables on. Oh shit, this just popped up. Chibo Burger Squad, Kyron Williams, the running back for the Rams, just went on IR. So that too.
No, he was already on IR. He's coming off of IR this week.
Oh, okay. So he just put him in. Okay, then hey y'all, I just got off work, a 12-hour shift. My notes, I usually try to take impeccable notes, but I have to deal with this diva of a fucking co-host that don't take notes, that don't prep, that don't want to do pre-production, and it throws me off. And I'm sorry, y'all. This is my fault. This is what happens when you deal with a diva.
That's great. You messed up. I correct you, but I'm the one in the wrong in this situation. That is crazy.
What is crazy is the fact. What's crazy is the fact that the commissioner made me allow your monkey ass on my show. That's what's fucking crazy. So let's get to these numbers. Oh shit! There we go.
Story time about Chibo Burgers versus Team Commish.
Oh shit!
Now you've already told how Chibo Burgers and Team Commish are friends, but they've got a long history of rivalry and rivalries going predating the league. These guys are going at it. But Chibo Burgers comes into the league.
Mm-hmm.
And his first 3 games against Team Commish, he smokes them.
It's true.
Team Commish leaves the South, the toughest division.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves the South, goes to the East, where Chibo Burgers was residing.
Mm-hmm.
Comes into the East and whips ass. Goes
the dog
6
shit out of
the division. Goes 6-0 division. Goes 16-1 that year. Wins a championship. Comes up in Chibo Burgers division and embarrasses him.
Oh, fuck, you are lousy motherfucker, boy. I swear.
No, it doesn't end there. Listen. So then, after Team Commish does that, wins their first championship, embarrassed him in the East, he leaves the division.
Mm-hmm, he does.
And Chibo Burgers has the unmitigated gall.
The stones, the grapes,
follow
the onions.
To follow Team Commish to the South, and he said, and I quote, "How you gonna come up in my division and then just leave like that without letting me get my get back?" So he makes a deal to come to the South because he wanted that smoke. It was personal. And so he comes to the South, and the last 2 years the first year he finished 4th in the South. Last year he finished 3rd in the South, but he did make the playoff.
Don't do that.
But he did make the playoff.
Don't do that.
And so this game right here is basically he's feeling like he needs to prove something. Now, to be fair,
you want to be fair?
Team Commish won the championship last year, but he did get swept by Chibo Burgers. To be fair, but Chibo Burgers still finished 3rd in the South last year and was a first round exit.
The one and done, you gotta hate it.
So this week right here is for all the marbles for Chibo Burgers, because if he loses, he's probably out of the playoff race. And once again, 3 years in the league, 3 years in the division, 1 playoff appearance, and 2 third place finishes and a 4th place finish. And it was said, not by me, not by Team Commish, but it was actually said by World Boss that Chibo didn't belong in the South. The South was too hard for him.
Whoa, that was some lousy shit, especially coming from a two-time tanking ass world boss. You a two-time tanker. You a two-time champ. I give you that too, and that's the truth. But damn, really? That's what you said? You are low. Wow, you got some boy. Listen, I have personally me. I got Chibo Burgers going out here beating Team Commish, setting themselves up, going 7-5. All they need to do is go ahead and beat the world boss with their tanking ass. They stamp their motherfucking ticket to the playoffs, proving Roy from the Rankings crew wrong. And then they gonna go ahead. So you got Team Commish. Go ahead, going 8-4. They already got their 8. They cool. They playing with house money. They actually, and what the funny thing is, and we still got to get into these numbers. And we didn't get to the top performers. And we didn't get the top performers of the last one, but we're gonna get the top performers of this. So you got Patrick Mahomes, Amon St. Brown, and Barkley. Barkley, he got the trade. Chibo Burgers, you got Jackson, Brees Hall, and Wilson. Now, the problem what I had with Team Commission and why I said they may lose, you got Arcane, questionable. Pickens, questionable. Puka Nuka, who is second place in the Rookie of the Year runners. You got doubtful for Walker. So this nigga Killers is T. Higgins is still on IR and questionable. So he really don't his killers. They're not running it. I mean, it's just not. And I think that on the other side with Jackson, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, Rice, the only thing with Kyron Reeves coming off of IR. I think Chibo Burgers got this motherfucker, and I think Chibo Burgers go ahead and pull it out. That's my opinion. Chibo Burgers 8-4. I'm sorry, 7-5. Team Fish 8-4. Nah.
I believe that Team Commish. Listen, we actually remember we said Team Commish would lose out until they played the World Boss in Week 14.
Yeah.
But the rivalry and the significance of this game, we're gonna go with Team Commish, and I'm gonna tell you another reason. We know that Chibo Burgers love to play the underdog.
So does the
but
Lions.
we just go. They love to play the underdog. The year that they won their championship, they got ranked 16th by the rankings crew at the beginning of the year. They took that personal and they actually came out, won their first championship after being ranked 16th. But we're gonna say this: this is not 2018, and this Chibo Burgers team don't step up to the plate. This Chibo Burgers team is going to shit the bed this week against Team Commish. This Chibo Burgers team, we're just going to say it, is going to get big slapped by the South competition because they don't have it.
Damn, really? That's what you're going to do? They don't have it?
They don't have it.
Man, you are a lousy motherfucker for this shit. And this is, you know what? I think that's why this motherfucker don't want to do pre-production because I wouldn't allow shit like this to come in. We don't discuss none of this shit. You's a lousy black bastard for this one. So we move the fuck on to the Black Republicans and the New York City Matrix. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one because one, the show, me personally, we hate the Black Republicans, and I hope they got hit by a bus. On the other end, I believe there's a strong dislike for the Matrix from the rankings crew. I could be wrong.
This is all I gotta say. I mean, this game has no playoff implications, but only thing that upsets me about this game, we had two trades this week for quarterbacks.
Don't do this, man. Don't do this.
Make one of those trades, or either one of those trades. That's the New York City Matrix, who's sitting on 3 quarterbacks. He can only start one. Actually, sitting on 4 quarterbacks. He can only start one. He could have helped his team. I don't understand how he got time to watch the show, but you can't make time to trade one of those quarterbacks to help your team. Dude is a bum, like a straight bum.
Hey man, don't do that. Don't disrespect a friend of the show, New York City Matrix, and call him a bum. Misguided, misunderstood, eclectic in his moves and in the ways he runs a fantasy football, all of those things. But a bum? He's been how many people in the league have never been to the championship game? A lot. Has the New York City Matrix been to the championship game? It's a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay. So I move on. Who wins that game? We don't give a fuck. It has zero playoff implications. The only thing that I can say,
Republicans been to the championship game.
they have, but I didn't ask about them. At the end of the day, we
can move on, man. I just wanted to acknowledge how terrible of a franchise owner this guy is. Like,
you take every opportunity since you've been on this show. You take every opportunity you can to shit on the name of the Matrix, and at the end of the day, you don't come with. Well, I guess you do come with ideas or look, man. The nigga told you back when he was in the chat room, he don't run his league and his team the way that the Rankins crew. He nigga got vision.
Listen, this is a little behind the scenes. I probably shouldn't even tell people this, but the Rankins crew begged to get on this show specifically to throw shots at the New York City Matrix and how terrible of it. This is the only reason we here. Because they are the worst team ever, and we're trying to offend them. Maybe they'll get better, or maybe they'll quit. Either way, the league gets better.
Moving on to a team in a game that actually this should be our game of the week, but the overall reality is myself and the Rankins crew, we kind of discussed the division is all games of the week because all of these games, except for that last bullshit that we talked about, really have season shit that it affects. Like this one right here, Broad Street Bullyfoots and People's Champ. Broad Street Bullyfoot sits 7-4, and we're gonna spend some time on this one. Broad Street Bullyfoot sits 7-4. People's Champ came out of nowhere and took over the division lead at 8-3. Now, Broad Street Bullyfoot does own the tiebreaker against People's Champ, and if Broad Street Bullyfoot beats the People's Champ, there's absolutely no way, unless Broad Street Bullyfoot loses out, that the People's Champ wins the division. People's Champ has already stamped their ticket. Don't get it twisted. They have their 8. Now, Broad Street Bullyfoot's 228. People's Champ 225. You got Hill questionable. Now, listen. I am going to go ahead and say this. Broad Street Bullyfoot currently leads the league in scoring. They have Tyreek Hill. That's questionable. Other than that, they pretty much have their full squad. I don't see Deontay Foreman. You know what? Herbert's back, so it's not. I mean, Deontay's still doing his thing, but on the other end, you got People's Champ. This is where the problem comes in. You got no Joey Bosa. You got no Joe Burrow. You have that Joe Burrow stack that you got with Chase, and it just that's fucked up. I mean, you went out there and put balls on the line, and it puts you in this second place spot. Your playoff future is in limbo. Hardman Jr. is questionable. Look, I mean, you traded for Brock Purdy, which is good. Going back to Matrix. Look, said, here, I'm talking to you, man. Look, you could have got in on that. Brock Purdy. He just I'm actually getting ready to look and see what deal was this with Brock Purdy. So he sold Chibo burgers. You got Rashid Rice, Njoku. Just man, look, you could have got in on this, but Brock Purdy, you got Gus Bus, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf, Rondale Moore. These motherfuckers is some killers, but you still need that Burrow stack to stack. Not to say that Brock Purdy's trash. This nigga got Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk, Ferguson, Addison. What was Addison picked? Addison was picked up. He was drafted ninth. Another one you missed on, you fucking idiot, Lennox.
Now, listen. Let's get to what really matters so you go off on your little tangent.
I pick my winner, then I'll let you have. Look, I got the motherfucking Broad Street Bullyfoots going 8-4, stamping their ticket. People's champs will lose, and you still 85. You make it to the playoffs. You're gonna be a one and done. Hopefully, you see the ass kickers or somebody so they can put their foot in your ass. You fucking bum. Now,
that seemed a little personal based off last week.
Maybe.
Here's something that nobody's talking about, but it's absolutely true. If
my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
People's champ beats Bullyfoot and wins that division, you have got to consider him the front runner for GM of the year. I know everybody loves Gronk, and what Gronk's doing is amazing. But this team has suffered injuries after injuries and made low-key trades after low-key trades, and they're actually winning the division and beating us. And to do it, beating a guy who's leading the league in scoring. And to win that division, Gronk is 2 games behind in the division. Gronk, he looks like a good player, but I mean, he's still number 2 in his own division. And this guy loses his number 1 quarterback, goes into a big game, and especially if Purdy goes off, this might be our GM of the year. I mean, he's taking some L's. He's taking some L's this year on some trades. You killed him on some trades, and he's looked bad, and he just grinded, picking up DK Metcalf, picking up Purdy, grinding.
Burrow,
he didn't win the division. Now, if he don't win the division, then maybe it's Gronk. But if he wins that division, that is what a GM is there for. When things look bad, you grind.
Calm as a cucumber, ice in your veins. You know what? This is where I have to give the commissioner their props, because you brought a perspective that I didn't think about. And I hate, as much as it pains me, it's almost like syphilis. It hurts to have to agree with you, but you fucking might be right. If this motherfucker come out there and still beats the league's leading scorer and wins that division, I'm not saying he's a shoo-in, not saying he's a lock. I'm saying that between the commissioner, the co-commissioner, the show, Roy from the Rankins crew, and we still haven't decided how we're going to do this. Maybe next year we'll put it out to a vote to the league. Maybe it still stays internal, because it is a new award. We haven't decided how we're going to do that, but it's going to be tough, because motherfuckers is going to have to really bring it on either side, whichever one they support. But that was a compelling fucking argument for the people's champ. I didn't think about none of that shit. Damn.
And with that being said, I'm picking Bullyfoot to win.
All right, so we move on to Hurricane Walker, and that worked. Hurricane Walker 6-4-7. Projected hit 211. That worked 9-2, leading all the motherfucking people in all the land. Projected hit 234. That number one team, you got Kamara 19, Diggs 19, Dobbs 18. That trade with Dobbs, man, that trade for Dobbs, as much as with Cousins going down, that was a great GM move for him. But it also helped out the Lions. But again, like I said, the Lions, very predictable. They needed to get back into the first. Why? Because we told them again that they mortgaged away their future. Motherfucker, you listen to me. So, on the other end, you got Hurricane Walker with Josh Allen, the number 2 overall pick, Gibbs at 18, and White. Hey, man, Walker, the rookie owner. Now, you and the Rankins crew, y'all gave the rookie owner a lot of flack. But this motherfucker sits 4-7. And if anybody does get in at 7-7, it would be the Walkers. But he gotta knock out that work and really run this division play. Gibbs the number 2. I don't know, and I want to ask your opinion. Well, we already talked about a little bit about the David Montgomery and the Gibbs thing, but Gibbs number 2 pick, he out there doing his thing. Aaron Jones on the other end is out. DeAndre Swift is questionable. I'm finna fuck you up, dog. I got the rookie winning, going 5-7, taking that work to 9-3. Prove me wrong.
I'm going with that work. I'm just gonna go with the guy who's been getting it done all year.
That work hit 152 last week. Again, not like it's that's an outlier. It is an outlier.
Kamara and Olave was out. He gets his full team back this week. Well, almost full. Aaron Jones is out.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll miss Aaron Jones. The Walkers, they got a tough matchup against the Eagles. His stack, had Gabe Davis just gave him 6 points, he'd have beat Team Commish.
Mm-hmm.
But Gabe Davis really fucked them, and I'm just gonna I'm going chalk. I'm gonna go with the best team, the team that's been doing it all year. I mean, listen, Hurricane Walker has nothing to be ashamed of. He's got a really good team, just not picking them. That's all.
Okay, I fucks with that. El Patron and the Gronk is up next. I'm not spending a whole lot of. Matter of fact, you can have that shit if you want to. El Patron.
Gronk can win this one. El Patron's not really. I mean, El Patron, not really. He's locked in. I believe El Patron is locked in on Marvin Harrison Jr. Or if anybody's willing to pony up to get what looks like Marvin Harrison on steroids, which is Marvin Harrison Jr. Gronk needs Hurricane Walker to beat that work. And then if Gronk can beat that work, I don't know how because they'll have the same record possibly. So I don't know how that'll play out because he'll still have to play Hurricane Walker. But
it'll definitely come down to week 14, and then it'll play in with scores. And it'll get. And that's one of those things that we can't even touch. That's going to be a however ESPN throw that motherfucker out there. That's the way it's going to be.
Yeah. So Gronk is hoping that Hurricane Walker can do something because Gronk he still got a slight chance to win his division.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs help. He can't just do it himself. He needs help, and he needs that work to shit the bed. And it needs his only chance for him shitting the bed is losing to
Hurricane Walker.
Because Patron is not giving him any help.
That's true. At all. You know what? You might almost be all right with this shit, dog. Last game, your cousin versus Brian's cousin, and I wish this game had. I wish this was Team Commission versus. Anywho, New North Siders, they sit 7-4 with, and I'm gonna say I'm looking dead at you, Naga, with your lucky ass 7-4, projected to hit 212 against the Kings, projected to hit 193. They sit 4-7. I am picking. Actually, after I go through this, you got Cup 17, Devontae Adams 17, Carr 17. 17s across the board. Missouri Kings, you got Geno 18, Ramondre 16, Mac Jones. I guess he put him on the bench. And no, he's starting Mac. Fuck, you go out there and trade for Geno? Did Geno hurt? Did I miss that? He's questionable. Okay, I see that. Listen, New Northsiders. You got Derrick Henry, questionable. Raheem Mostert, questionable. Gerald Everett, questionable. Cooper Kupp, questionable. He's not even in your starting lineup. All up and down. I don't even know why you got Aaron Rodgers on your squad still. I'd have dropped his old broke-ass Achilles a long time ago. Then you got, on the other side, only thing this motherfucker got is Wicks, questionable. Honestly, I'm finna fuck you up. It's gonna sound crazy, and you gonna call me a nut job. But I'm picking the Kings to win, and they gonna go 5-7, and New Northside is gonna lose a game in that East Division and go 7-5, and they ain't gonna stamp their ticket just yet. It's gonna be a motherfucking battle because he still gotta see Sparks Bucks and the ass. He gotta see Sparks Bucks next week, and the ass kick is week 14. So I got the Kings winning. Prove me wrong.
The Kings have been ass for the last 4 or 5 weeks. The Kings are done. They're not. I mean, they're going to try. They're going to put their best lineup out there. But New Northsiders, saying, listen, what a schedule. The way it played out, the way it worked out. It's a thing of beauty. Who would not want a schedule like that?
I think you was in there.
Worked out.
You was in there.
Listen, they look like they got old quick, and this is one of the major problems with a veteran team.
Well, you give up draft picks.
At any given moment, you could fall off the cliff. And they look like they fell off the cliff, but the schedule has helped them out, and maybe they're healthy by week 14. I think they get this win. Then the Sparks Buck game next week is going to be tough. But if they win this week and win next week, they win the division. They punch their ticket, and the week 14 game is a rivalry game, and it'll mean more to the ass kickers than it would to the New Northsiders, the FSC.
Two things. One, I've been listening to you a couple of times disrespect the ass kicker's name. You put the ER on it like a hard R, and it's the ass kickers, not the ass kickers. It's the difference between niggas and niggers. So don't do that to the ass kicker's name. Secondly, you've been in the group and you was there when the general manager and the owner of the New Northsiders Fantasy Football Club came into the room and basically tried to read the show they write. Was the show wrong? And you've been on half the show.
He pushed back, and I felt he made some good points. Listen, the schedule is the schedule. You could say you could call him lucky, but you played those same teams. If those teams put up more points when they played you versus when they played him, you can't call that lucky. Listen.
You just did. You said the scheduling God shine on them. Now you backtracking. This is why I can't respect you niggas. This is why I can't respect you niggas. Y'all sit up and
the schedule guys did shine on him because his team is playing his worst, but he's playing teams that are playing even worse than him. And he's catching them. Look, he's catching them at good times. He catching them at good time. You should not have won. Like 3
and 175.
Going under 200. That is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. I don't even know how he did it, but it's unprecedented. But listen, we all said it was coming. We say he likes veterans. He really don't like rookies. He took one rookie, and that rookie needs a lot of seasoning for him to get where he really wanted to be. I mean, that's what happens, man. This is the beauty of a dynasty. Mm-hmm. You can't restart. He's gonna have to rebuild that team. And they old. They got old on them.
Mm. Well,
it
happens. You know. Well, as the season has gone on, it has been slightly pleasurable to have you on, and you bring a little bit of perspective. But that's the show this week. Week 12, division play, y'all. Every game matters. Every game. Except for El Patron and the fucking World Boss, except in the Matrix. Outside of y'all, yeah, everybody else. Everybody's shit matters. So this is, signing off, me, Big Mo, Roy Rankins crew. Take them out, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get some good turkey football. The sun god needs to show up this Thursday. We all love the sun god. But really, good luck to all you guys. Week 12. I know it means a lot to everybody, so let's go. And we'll see y'all next week.
We out this motherfucker. Peace.